Welcome to Deep River Farm, folks. Well, I'm topping off my beds with the black gold. This is black leaf mold. This is compost that I got over from the city. It's turned to dirt, black dirt. See that? Good stuff. Now, I mentioned last year, I don't know if it was one of the 489 videos, it just disappeared into thin air, but I mentioned that you want to keep your trellis lines off of the raised beds by about 18 inches. And this is why. You can come right in here and add your dirt year after year and not have to worry about taking your trellis line down. And your green beans or whatever you're gonna have on your trellis will still grab a hold of it and take off with no problem. You may have to help guide it a little bit, but this is just another thing that you don't have to do, and that is take all of it down so you can add your dirt. And it's just push the wheelbarrow up to it and put it in there and let it go. But as you can see, I'm putting all my dirt in my raised beds. This is February 10th, I believe, and I'm getting my beds ready because I have already told you folks to start saving your milk jugs. We're going to do winter sowing, and with the winter sowing we will probably be starting our squash. Now, I looked at starting them today. Would have been the day to do it if the sign would have failed right at the end of the month. That's not the case, so we're gonna wait till the 1st of March. We've got some awful cold weather, and planting them too big or too soon, squash will get too big in the milk jug, and then it'll get frostbit where the leaves are touching the inside of the milk jug. So you kind of want to push it early, but not too early in the winter sowing. So I'm going ahead and getting my beds ready now. I've got I topped off a 4x4, a 4x8, a 4x8, and a 4x8 or 4x12 here. So I've got all my beds connected, and I do that so that if, for instance, all this in the trellis here will be green beans and cucumbers, and that way I've got plenty of green beans. I'll put my squash up here in the front. Squash and strawberries go good together, and then I'll back that up with my okra, and then I'll put other things in the back when I decide what I'm going to plant where, using a crop companion chart to make sure everything is compatible. And we're going to go over that in a separate video, but this will teach you how to check your plants to make sure they're compatible, because different plants draw different insects, and certain insects are detrimental to other plants if they're growing side by side. But I wanted to let you see this little trick with the trellis line and how you keep it about 18 inches up. That gives your stuff time to come up, and then when it starts to run, you can just lay those runners over the line and they'll take off. And this will give you ample room to work inside and reach inside and get the lower hanging stuff first without having to take your and fight through the trellis line. But I appreciate you joining me today on Deep River Farm. I hope these tips are helpful, and I hope you get everything ready ahead of time, and that way all you got to do is just plant them seeds when it's time. The reason I'm already getting my black gold, there's not a lot of it to be had this year. The drought done a number on the leaves in June, and seemed like a lot of trees lost their leaves. We had some high wind, but this fall there just wasn't a mass quantity of leaves like it has been. And same way with the year before, we had a hurricane come through here, ripped a lot of the leaves off of the trees in the summertime. They wound up getting mulched up with the lawnmowers and added to the grass in everybody's yard. So we ain't got a whole lot of black gold left this year. So I wanted to get mine early before they run out. I appreciate you joining me today on Deep River Farm. I hope everybody has a blessed evening.